Hi everyone, happy Saturday. Kristy-Lee here. How are you? Hope you're having a great weekend, whatever you're up to. It is gorgeous and stunningly sunny where I am. So it's a beautiful day, and I hope wherever you are, you're also having a fabulous start to your weekend. I just wanted to drop in here today to let you know about something that dawned on me at 3 a.m. this morning. Now, does anyone else wake up in the middle of the night and have either their best ideas or a total revelation or something that shocks them out of their sleep? They think, why have I not thought of that already? I had one of those moments at 3 a.m. and I quite often have one of those moments at 3 a.m. so it's not entirely unusual. But I woke up at 3 a.m. this morning and thought there's something that I'm not telling people. So if you're on my email list, you've already got an email about this today, but I wanted to jump in here and let you know as well. Many of you already know that the Doors to Your People-Powered Business, our membership community for small to medium-sized businesses who don't have an internal HR manager, but who do have a team and therefore from time to time might have the odd HR headache or just want to make sure they get it right, stay compliant, build the best team they can and avoid all of those HR headaches. This membership program is for you. It's an affordable monthly subscription service where you get access to tools and resources, coaching and training, direct advice from me, as well as being part of the People-Powered community. So most of you know already that the doors are currently open and we're currently welcoming in new members, but only until midnight on Tuesday, the 30th of March. Then we close the doors. And aside from about 20 billion questions about why we do that this week, the fact of the matter is once the doors are closed, I work really closely with our members, get to know the new members and their businesses and spend all of my time and energy working with our current members. And that's why we only open the doors a couple of times a year, so I can spend that intense time, especially with our new members. But at 3 a.m. this morning, I woke up and I thought, there's something I haven't told everybody about and something that you probably want to know about. And that is there are actually some hidden benefits inside your people-powered business that I just, hadn't thought to mention or hadn't made a big deal of, but are things that we're actually currently physically doing that might be important to you. Now, some people have said to me, Kristy, yeah, the membership looks good, but I'll just rather call you when I need you. That's totally fine. You can still do that. We have that service still available. However, here's the thing, and this is the thing that woke me up at 3 a.m. this morning. What I remembered that I hadn't told you was that members inside your people-powered business get a pretty hefty discount off our consultancy fees. Now, if you haven't used a HR consultant before, you may not know what sort of costs are involved and you may be concerned about finding that information out. And I know talking price, cost, it's icky. We all like to avoid it, but let's be real. For those of you who have used HR consultants before, you know what this is about. Current average price for a skilled, qualified, professional HR practitioner in Australia right now is about $300 an hour. That's market rate. If you need to go to an industrial relations lawyer, that's going to get a whole lot more expensive. And if you're using someone that isn't experienced or skilled, sure, you can get it cheaper, just like you can get any profession cheaper. But the average price for a skilled, qualified, experienced and knowledgeable HR practitioner, HR consultant is around $300 an hour. It's not to be sneezed at, but if you find yourself in hot water, you'll need to call them. They're the only people that can get you out of whatever mess you're in if you get that far down the rabbit hole. So for those of you who have made those calls and have had that experience, you know what costs are involved. And the reality is, if you're leaving it to make a call until you're in hot water, the likelihood is it's not going to get fixed within an hour. So it's not going to be a $300 bill. It'll be much more, especially if you're dealing with complaints, bullying, unfair dismissal, toxic employees, those kind of big issues. So it's not inexpensive. I get it, absolutely. And so people think, well, I'll just wait till I've got a problem to call. Here's the thing. If you're inside your people-powered business, you get a pretty hefty discount on our consultancy fees. And I don't mean 5% or 10%. Our members get a 33% discount on our casual consultancy fees. And this is something we just do, but we don't really tell anyone about. And I kind of woke up this morning and thought, people might want to know this information. This might be helpful for them in making their decision. So absolutely, you can wait until you've got a problem or just call us when you need us. But the real story is, the real truth of it, the businesses who have done that have probably spent more money than they would have if they joined the membership advantage of the discounted consultancy rates. They would have spent more money for a few reasons. One, because the rate's higher. The matter of fact is, if you're a casual client calling any HR consultant, and you don't have any kind of ongoing, committed, retained relationship with them, you're going to pay the maximum rate because that's the unscheduled work. It's always going to cost more. It's the way any consultancy business will work. And so, yes, you're paying more per hour, but not only that, when you're inside the membership, you're learning, you're experiencing, you're getting information, knowledge, and advice ahead of time, which means it's very likely you would avoid some of the things you would have otherwise run into if you hadn't been inside the membership, because none of us know what we don't know. If my accountant doesn't call me and tell me something about my tax, I don't know, because I'm not a tax person. So if they're not letting me know, and if I'm not listening in to the information I get from them, then I would find myself in hot water, and it would cost me more to fix the problem than if I just listen to what they say. Same story here. You don't know what you don't know. So if you're not inside the membership, then you're not going to know the simple things that might avoid a disaster. You're not going to know things around compliance because you didn't know to ask, obviously, and it's going to end you in hot water. Like a previous business I worked with who pay their staff well above award, so, really look after their people in that sense, but they didn't know that just because they were doing that meant that they still also had to comply with their award requirements. So they weren't paying annual leave loading, they weren't paying overtime when it was just a couple of hours a week, maybe sometimes that they'd work. They just assumed because they were paying a good hourly rate higher than the award that none of that mattered. It's simply not the case. Now, they didn't know what they didn't know. They didn't know they had to ask those questions, of course. But the fact is, if you're inside your people-powered business, you don't have to worry about what you don't know. We'll be telling you all of those things. You'll have access to ask the questions without having to worry about the consultancy fee that comes with picking up the phone to a consultant. You'll have experiences of other people going on around you, things that maybe you haven't experienced yet or you haven't seen in your business. And then suddenly you see someone else having that experience and you remember that, oh, that's right, we're going to need to do that, or this was an issue. I want to avoid that next time. So I just wanted to come on live today and share that with you, because when I woke up at 3 o'clock this morning, I thought, this is something we just do. It's just part of what we do, but we don't actually tell anyone that we do it. And perhaps if you're considering whether or not joining your people-powered business is right for you, that might be a factor that might be important for you to know. That if you wait to call us until you're in a problem or you need us or you want us to handle something on an ad hoc basis for you, whilst we'll absolutely be available to do that, the price is higher because members are getting that 33% discount on all of our consultancy rates. Now, it is a big discount, but I know that the people inside the membership are already making an effort. They're already working on things. They're listening in. They're learning. So I really want to reward members for the effort they're putting in that sense. And if they do need to come to us one-on-one, and as I said, by being part of the membership, you potentially avoid doing that altogether, then you shouldn't be paying the highest price available. So I wanted to let you know there are some hidden benefits and things that I hadn't even thought to communicate to you that you perhaps may like to know. And today's little nugget of information is that all members of Your People Powered Business receive a 33% discount off our casual consultancy rates. So if you're on the fence, that might be something that helps make your decision for you. Now, we'll be around all weekend, and I'll be certainly really available Monday and Tuesday because our doors close midnight Tuesday, and I don't want any of you leaving anything on the table in terms of uncertainty. I want you to have all the information you need to make the right decision for your business. And I truly hope to see some of you and welcome some of you inside Your People Powered Business this week. That's it from me for today. Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I hope it's beautiful and sunny where you are as well. Perhaps enjoying the kids' sports or time with friends and family. Whatever you're up to, have an amazing weekend, and I'll be back in here talking to you in the coming week.